Hello students, welcome to all of you Shiksha 360. Today basically we have to discuss the chapter number 29 of Accounting and Finance Management for the Bankers, MCQ set number 1. Here in this session we have to discuss some MCQs and some other related points regarding the deductor deductee. There are a few questions on the basis of the deductor deductee. What is the meaning of that? All these things we have to discuss in our session. So now let's start our discussion. So the question number first presents on your screens now. What is the ability to pay principal in taxation? Clear? So what is the ability? So who has the ability, or we can say that who has to pay the tax, or what is the criteria behind that? Now we are able to understand this point with the help of the question. Clear? What will be the correct answer? So it states that everyone should pay an equal amount of taxes. Second one, that it states that those who are higher income should pay more taxes. Third one, that is, it states that those who earn lower income should pay more taxes. Fourth one, that is, it states that taxes should be collected based on the person's age. Clear? Fourth one, that is, it states that taxes should be collected on the basis of the person's age. So as we are also aware, that is the person who is earning more. So they will come in the tax slab. Clear? They will tax in the tax slab. As the earning basically will be going to rise, more the tax they have to pay. Clear? More the tax they have to pay. So option number B here will be the correct answer. That is, it states that, clear, option number B will be the correct answer. That is, it states that those who earn higher income should pay more taxes. Clear? Those who earn a higher income should pay more taxes. So option number B will be the answer here. Okay. Any doubt, any query, you can ask in the comment section. Now, next one, what is a PAN? Clear? What is a PAN? First of all, you have to remember what is the full form of the PAN. That is permanent account. Okay, so what is PAN? PAN, it is a permanent account number. What is the function of that here? What they are asking? It is a system to track financial transaction and the tax payment status, a type of the tax payment, a type of the tax return or tax exemption. Clear? So basically, what is that? It is a system to track the financial transactions and the tax payment status. So option number A will be the answer here. Clear? It is a system to track the financial transactions and the tax payment status here. So option number A will be the correct answer here. Now move to the next question. Presently, you are very well aware that is linking of the Aadhaar will be the linking of PAN with the Aadhaar. It is to be compulsory. If you are not linking your Aadhaar with the PAN or PAN with the Aadhaar, so your PAN will become invalid, and there is not any purpose of whether you are giving your PAN in the bank account number. Clear? Whether they will function or not? No, it will not function. Clear? Like your TDS will be deducted more. Clear? As there is invalid PAN or there is no PAN. Clear? Same TDS will be deducted. Clear? So it is to be compulsory. For the PAN, it is to be active. Active basically means that linking of the PAN to be the with the Aadhaar. The linking of the PAN with the Aadhaar. Now move to the next point, question number 3. So what is the purpose of linking PAN to the Aadhaar number? Option number A, to make it easier to file the taxes, to weed out the fraudulent PAN cards, to provide the tax exemption, to increase the tax rate. Clear? So basically, there are many persons who have two PAN cards. Clear? So just basically for this purpose, to weed out the fraudulent PAN cards. Clear? This is the main purpose of linking the PAN with the Aadhaar. Option number B will be the answer. Now move to the next question, question number 4. Who is a subject to the income tax in India? Clear? Who is a subject to the income tax in India? Option number A, that is only Indian residents, only non-resident Indians. Option number C, that is every person who earns or gets an income in India. Option number D, that is only Indian citizens. Clear? Not only Indian citizen, we can say that basically every person who earns or gets an income in India, it is to be basically subject to income tax in India. Clear? So option number C will be the answer. That is every person who earns or gets an income in India, that will be subject to the income tax in India. So option number C will be the correct answer here. Now move to the next point. So what governs the levy of income tax in India? Clear. Basically, you are very well know that you have to pay the income tax. So which tax basically, which act it is enables basically, or which act governs that you have to pay the income tax in India? Option number A, that is the Income Tax Act 1961. Option number B, that is the Constitution of India. Option number C, that is the Goods and Services Tax Act 2017. Option number D, that is the Companies Act 2013. Yeah. So basically, the Income Tax Act 1961 governs the levy of income tax in India. So option number A will be the answer. That is the Income Tax Act 1961. Clear? Option number A will be the answer here. So now we are able to understand that the income tax governs the levy of the income tax in India. What it does provide. Clear? What does the Income Tax 1961 provide for? Option number A, that is collection of goods and services tax. Option number B, that is Administration of Companies Act 2013. Option number C, that is levy, administration, collection and recovery of income tax. Option number D, that is the calculations of the custom duty. Clear? Calculation of the custom duty. Clear? So basically it provide for that is levy, administration, collection and recovery of the income tax. Clear? Levy, administration, collection and recovery of the income tax. So option number C will be the answer here. Clear? Option number C will be the answer here. Now move to the next question. Question number 7. When are amendments made to the Income Tax Act 1961? Clear? So basically when the budget it is to be basically published in the parliament, at that time amendments are to be made generally. So that is every year in the month of February. Option number B, that is every year in the month of December. After every 5 years, or there are no amendments made to the act. Clear? So correct answer, that is option number A, that is every year in the month of the February. Clear? Because budget it is to be presented in the month of the February. Now, one important question like standard deduction. Clear? We have to discuss also in the next session regarding that standard deduction. Now, there are two tax slabs. Clear? One is old, second one is new. So, as per the government notification in the old, the standard deduction it is to be same as the earlier, that is 50,000 rupees. Now, in the new tax slab, the standard deduction earlier it is to be 50,000. Now, it will be enhanced to 75,000. Okay. So you have to be carefully regarding that. Clear? Sometime in the examination, they will ask question, what is the standard deduction? Clear? So it will change only in the new tax slab. In the old tax slab, there will be not any change in the taxes, basically in the okay. There will be not any change in the standard deduction in the new tax, in the old tax slab. Clear? It have changed only in the new tax slab here. Now move to the next point or next question. We can say that what are the important topics covered in the Income Tax Act 1961? Clear? In the Income Tax Act 1961, option number A, that is computation of the income. Yes. Exemptions and deductions available. Yes. Tax slabs also available. Calculation of the tax liability, format of returns form applicable to the different assessing sector. Okay? Because the different types of the or different categories of the people, like we can say that for the businessman, it will be different idea. Clear? For the salary, it will be a different idea. For the partnership, for the company, all are have to file the different types of the ideas. Okay, so that is the different assessee here. Second one, that is computation of the custom duty, exemptions and deductions available, calculation of tax liability. Rest everything it is to be same here. That is custom duty, not. It will be not here. Computation of service tax, no. Computation of excise duty, no. So basically, it will be compute the income. Clear? Exemptions and deductions available. Tax slabs are also. Computation of the tax liability, calculation. Format of the return forms applicable to the different assessee, etc. Clear? So option number A will be the answer. Now move to the next. What is TDS? Clear? There are two things. One is TDS and one is TCS. TCS, that is tax collection at source. It will be collected by the seller from the buyer. That is TCS. TDS, that is tax deducted at source. Clear? Tax deducted at source. It will be taken by the deductor from the deducted. That is the TDS. Clear? That is the TDS. Deductor basically the person who is paying the amount, deducting the person basically in whose amount in the person basically deducted is that person in whose account the amount is going to be credited. Clear? In whose account the amount is going to be credited, that person it is to be deducted here. So now let's discuss regarding all these points one by one, because you will find many questions on the basis of that. So for all the courses, you can check on our this slide, or you can mail on our email ID also. So now let's discuss regarding what is meant by the TDS. Clear? Because here we have discussed one question regarding the TDS. So now let's discuss here what is the meaning of that. What is meant by the TDS? Very, very important. 3 slides we have to cover. All are very, very important. So as per the Income Tax Act, any individual earning above a certain threshold, it is required to deduct the tax at source known to be as the TDS. That is tax deducted at source. Clear? If you are earning above a specific limit, clear, so then you have to pay the tax. The Income Tax Department has prescribed certain rates as per which TDS is deducted for the different salaried individuals. The person or company, very, very important. Here we have to discuss the two words deductor and deductive. The person or the company that makes a payment, clear, the person or the company that makes a payment after deducting the tax as TDS, it is to be known as the deductor. Clear? The person or company that makes the payment after after deducting the tax as TDS known to be as the deductor. Clear? That company it is to be known to as the deductor. The company or individual. Clear? Next point here, that is the company or individual receiving the payment with the TDS. Clear? The company or individual receiving the payment with the TDS, it is to refer to as the deduction. Clear? That one, it is to be referred as the deductive. So here the deductor, that is the company is responsible to ensure that they subtract TDS from the deductee salary if the latter is eligible for TDS. This amount, then where they have to deposit, that is to the government. This amount is then deposited with the government, irrespective of how one is paid, that is either through the check, credit, or cash, and it is linked to the PAN card of the deductee and the deductor. Clear? That TDS basically it is linked to the PAN card of the deductee and the deductor. Your employer is required to deduct the TDS as per the applicable income tax slab rates. Typically, banks deduct TDS at the 10%. In cases where the deductive PAN information it is not available, an employer may deduct the 20% TDS. Basically, generally, everyone has the PAN card here. If you are not providing your PAN card, or if the PAN card it is not available here, so how much TDS will be deducted? That will be 20% clear. So that will be 20% clear. So you have to be careful regarding all these points, because all these points led to the formation of the questions. Clear? All these points led to the formation of the questions to be here. Now move to the next point. When is TDS due for depositing with the government? Clear? When the TDS it is due for depositing with the government. So TDS it is to be required to be deposited to the government by the 7th of each subsequent month post deduction. Clear? Taken for example that you deduct the TDS towards the payment in the month of May. Clear? So you have to be deposited to the government by the 7th of the June. So further, that is, there are some exemptions to this rule. First one, that is one exemption is that when TDS is to be deducted in the March, it is due for depositing with the government by the April 30th. Clear? By the April 30th. Another exemption is TDS deducted on the purchasing property or the paying rent also. When the TDS it is to be deducted on the rent, when the yearly rent it is to be more than 2,40,000. Clear? When the total rent in the year it is to be more than 2,40,000. So in that case, TDS it is to be deducted here. Clear? TDS it is to be deducted here. Okay. So another exemption is TDS deducted on purchasing property or the paying rent. In these cases, the due date for deposition is an additional 30 days from the last day of the month in which the tax was deducted. Clear? So in these cases, the due date for deposition, it is an additional 30 days from the last day of the month in which the tax was to be deducted. Clear? In which the tax was to be deducted. So TDS must be deposited. Clear? Further, that is TDS must be deposited on the government portal using the challan ITNS 281. Clear? So TDS must be deposited on the government portal using the challan that is ITNS 281. Clear? ITNS 281 here. Clear? So that is regarding the TDS when they have to be deposited and basically which form they have to use for depositing the TDS with the government to be here. So hope you are able to understand all these points properly here. Now we have to move to the next point. Clear? Here, next one. We have to move to the next one. What is Form 26AS? Clear? Before moving that, we have to discuss some of the questions regarding the deductor and deducting. Clear? So first question, that is, who is responsible for the deducting TDS? Clear? Deducting TDS, that is your employer. That is your organization. So that is to be known as the deductor. Clear? That is to be known as the deductor here. So option number A, that is deductive. Option number B, that is the government. Option number C, that is the deductor. Option number D, that is the taxpayer. Clear? So correct answer, option number C, that is the deductor. It is responsible for deducting the TDS to be here. Option number C will be the answer. So what kind of payment are subject to the TDS? Clear? What kind of payment are subject to the TDS? All payments, only salary payments, only dividend payments, or payments exceeding certain threshold limits. Clear? Or payments exceeding certain threshold limits. So basically under that, payments, if they are exceeding the certain threshold limits, they are subject to the TDS. Clear? They are subject to the TDS. So option number D will be the answer. That is, payments exceeding certain threshold limits are subject to the TDS. Option number D will be the answer here. Now move to the next question. What is the role of the deductor in the TDS? Clear? What is the role of the deductor? That is, what is the role of the organization in the TDS? Clear? First one, that is to deposit the TDS with the income tax department, to deduct the TDS from the payment received, to file income tax returns on behalf of the deductor, or to audit the income tax returns of the deductor. Clear? So what is the role of the deductor here? Basically, that is to deposit the TDS. Clear? That is to deposit the TDS with the income tax department. What they have deducted here? They have to deposit with the department. So option number A will be the answer. That is to deposit the TDS with the income tax department. So option number A will be the answer here. Now move to the next question. Question number 13, TDS. We have already discussed. That is the tax deducted at source. So option number B will be the answer here. So in this session, we have to discuss up to this much point. For all the JAP sessions, you can refer to our courses. In the next session, we will discuss some another questions for the same. Clear? The next session, we have to discuss at least 20 questions. Clear? 20 questions of the same. So I request to all of you, kindly go through the sessions in detail so that you are able to answer the questions. So thanks to all of you for joining this discussion.